Hey folks, it is Darrell with the Back 40 broadcast at noon Pacific time every week right here, meeting you where you are to support you in creating your second half as your best half of life. And we're doing something new today. We're actually broadcasting this on Facebook Live as well. We're trying something new in the Back 40 and our philosophy. We're really all about taking on that you have yet to do what you came here to do in life. And therefore, we're all about trying new things, even as you get into your 40s, 50s, 60s, where a lot of times people are not trying new things and they're kind of just going with who they know themselves to be or the way they view the world or the way the world is. And we're just here to shake all that up because we believe, as Frank Sinatra sings, the best is yet to come. And babe, won't it be fine? And we also have an absolute conviction that you have yet to do what you came here to do. And again, please take some time if you're seeing us for the first time on Facebook Live. Yay, hi! Make sure you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/the Back 40. And you can sign up on our Facebook page, and we're just figuring out where we're going to be posting this and how it's going to be showing up. If you want to see some of the past broadcasts that we've been doing for the last few months, you can go to theback40.com/live stream, or just go to theback40.com and go all the way over to the right, and you'll can click on the link. You can see how we've been doing this every week for the last few months, and we're stepping into new technology now. So again, let's just get on with what we came here to do. Just know that we're here every week at noon on Wednesday to give you a nugget or a nudge, to have you be playing and living like you have yet to do what you came here to do. We're here to really turn around this whole mentality that says when you get into your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you know, things are going to be slowing down, or you're kind of, you know, winding down, or your best creativity and ingenuity and your best career moves and your best hot sex and your best relationships is all behind you. No. The first half was just R&D. We have it that the first half of life is just simply R&D, research and development for who you came here to be and what you came here to do. So please come join us. You can sign up for our weekly newsletter that gives you a heads up on what we're going to be speaking about. So 2 hours before this broadcast every Wednesday, I put out a newsletter, and it has some inspirational thoughts. And so we want to kind of get into that now. And again, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, we're going to be trying a new technology even next week, where you'll be able to see our screen. Right now, you just see me, but I'm going to tell you what's on the screen over at theback40.com/live stream. And you know, do us a favor. We're testing this out on Facebook Live. We want to see, you know, is this supportive? You know, do you want this? Is this moving you forward? So if you would, you know, go to theback40.com, send us an email saying you saw us on Facebook Live, or just, you know, chat underneath, or, you know, chat while this is going on, chat with others, but leave some comments, and go to the facebook.com/theback40 and tell us you saw this and let us know what your thoughts are, because we'd really appreciate your feedback as we look at taking on this new technology. So what I have on the screen right now is a really great quote from Booker T. Washington. By the way, what day is it? This is the 28th, right? What's coming in a few days? New Year's, woohoo, right? And, you know, there's certain ways we can approach a new year. One of the things in the Back 40 is, you know, we have to look at, you know, how much we approach things same old. Okay, same old thing, same old holidays. I put out a newsletter last week. Called Joy Research, which was really about, you know, how can we not approach the holidays in the same old way that maybe we have, and you know, we have certain patterns or routines that, you know, when we were little or when we had kids, and now maybe we don't have kids, or maybe we've lost loved ones. And, you know, rather than the joy is in the past, you know, what if we did research? What if we discovered newly for ourselves what makes up joy? And I had a whole bunch of quotes. Go back and look at that one last week. Find that newsletter and that blog post on our site, theback40.com. And we want to kind of look at how do we approach going into a new year as well. So this quote by Booker T. Washington says, "You measure the size of the accomplishment by the obstacles you have to overcome to reach your goals." Now, a lot of times, you know, when we're going into a new year, we have big goals. We have, you know, things we want to take on, you know, changing. And I don't know if I like the word change. It's more like transforming. You know, we want to become somebody other than we've been before. We want to become unrecognizable to ourselves. I love that phrase. To become unrecognizable to yourself, you really have to let go of a lot of your preconceived ideas about who you are, what you can do, and what's possible for your life. So as we go into the new year, we want to look at how are we approaching it. And so today's Jolt Note and what this broadcast is all about is what I'm calling invited obstacles. To actually take on, oh, if I'm really up for growth, it's cool that I keep my eyes on the, you know, starry-eyed on the things I want to achieve and the who I want to be. And guess what, though? If you're really taking on a big game, then you have to know you're inviting obstacles. But a lot of times we don't think about that. We think about all the glory and the greatness as opposed to, okay, I'm ready, bring it on, because I've got to work out to get my muscles in shape to be who I say I want to be this year, or to do and accomplish what I say I want to accomplish. So I call this invited obstacles. One of the things I'm also showing on the screen right now, and again, you can go back if you're seeing this on Facebook Live, just go see theback40.com/live stream. But we have a couple ebooks that you can grab on Kindle to get a sense of what this whole Back 40 philosophy is about and how it came about. One book is called The Birth of the Back 40. Kind of tells the story of the inspiration that was at the source of this movement and community that we're creating. And also an ebook called Crisis or Opportunity, Midlife in and Out of the Office. So it's great stories. My story and 6 other really poignant stories of people coming upon midlife and really rising, you know, from the ashes to create something beyond what that first half would have said was possible for them. So let's look a little bit at some interesting ideas. Some interesting ideas around facing a new year. So there's many ways to greet and treat a new year with possibility. Now, you know, we're already on another realm of a high percentage of, you know, folks in the Back 40 who don't look at the new year with possibility. Okay, so one step is just actually taking on, oh, this is a ritual. Yeah, you know, Sunday is going to be no different than Saturday in terms of the grand picture of things. It's a ritual, and yet we could take on this ritual. Rituals are hugely important in, you know, human development and society, and we could take it on like, oh, really am going to take on that I can cause myself to be, or I can bring about something new, some new results in the new year. So, you know, hey, what's one of the most traditional? We can commit to resolutions, right? Take on resolutions. I'm not going to go down the whole path of like what makes resolutions work or not, but, you know, that's one action we can take. Another is we can assess last year's statistics. You know, did we last year actually set up some specific and measurable results? You know, they say SMART goals, right? Did we set some up? How did we do? Let's go do some analysis, some non-emotional objective analysis. How do we do? And then we can make new stretch goals. Okay, so that's another way of approaching the new year. Also, we could even design a theme. Very, very good friend of mine for many years now, starts each new year with a theme. She creates like what the year's going to be about for her. And I do that as well. It's one of my practices. You know, really kind of putting words to who you're going to be, you know, who you're going to be in the year. It's really very little. The theme isn't much about your goals or what you're going to do. It's who you're going to be, because being precedes results. You know, the results you want to have, you kind of almost got to be becoming it in your own mind before the results can come about. Anyhow, another great way to take on a new year: design and theme, post reminders everywhere, put the Post-its on the, you know, the rear view mirror and the medicine cabinet and all of that, and attempt to live by it, right? Here's the only thing. What will each of these tactics face when the feces hits the air circulator? Yeah, and it's going to happen, right? And that's how and why most that's how and why most you know, New Year's resolutions or goals or even themes get blown out of the water, because stuff's going to happen. You know, you got to choose. Einstein said we all have to make a basic choice. Do I live in a friendly or an unfriendly universe? I personally believe, and like to believe, and it supports me to believe, that I live in a friendly universe, that the entire universe is conspiring for my highest and greatest good. I even have this affirmation: I live in a loving and supportive universe that is conspiring for my highest and greatest good. So guess what? If you're taking on some big stuff, the universe is behind you, and what's it going to do? It's going to throw obstacles at you. It's got to. If the universe is supporting you to become who you want to become, you're not going to get there on, quote, easy street. You don't go to the gym and do way less weights than you're capable of and expect to build and become something that you're not, right? So therefore, the universe, this loving and supportive universe that's behind you all the way, is going to give you stuff. You come up with your own word for it, but it's going to give you obstacles. So the question is, are we, as we're playing these different ways of approaching the new year with possibility, are we aware, coming in eyes wide open, of the obstacles that we're inviting, like actually inviting? And I think that one ritual we might want to add in a new year is, besides setting up our goals, it's like sitting down, having an open letter, writing an open letter to the universe, inviting obstacles. And you might even start to get clear. Now, here's the thing. I have a lot of friends in law of attraction, and I do a whole lot of, you know, abide by law of attraction as well. This whole idea that what you think about, you get more of. And someone might say, well, you know, I don't want to be thinking about the obstacles. I just want to think about my goal. Well, here's the thing. Law of attraction is, I think, more focused on people who live unconsciously inviting struggle, right? They haven't worked out issues. They haven't, you know, and one of the great things we do in the Back 40 is we just give you a method by which you just totally reprocess the first half of your life. Like, victim to nothing. You're a victim to nothing, because guess what? It was all laboratory experiments pointing you in the direction that you came here to go. So the point being is law of attraction is saying that many people are unconscious of what they're attracting to themselves, because they aren't aware. They're not living consciously of, you know, what their preconceived ideas and notions and limited beliefs are bringing to them. Now, I say, though, that if you're going to take on consciously and in a sober way, looking at what you want to achieve in the next year, and you're going to, you know, do all the processes that would be involved in that. It could be visioning, it could be creating dream boards, you know, whatever. If you're going to take that on, then it probably is really smart and not against law of attraction to get clear about what's going to be coming your way if you're taking that on. And so I think actually starting to outline, hey, if I'm going to really take on growing in social media this year, I better know these are the things I'm going to face. You know, there's going to be the costs involved. There's going to be the learning new things. There's going to be the giving up my old ideas that I'm not good at it. You know, whatever your goals are for the year, start to look at what the obstacles will be and go in eyes wide open. You know, there's this phrase that I always loved. It's called throwing yourself on the sword. To actually know what's coming and just impale yourself. You know, like don't wait to be cut open. Just go for it, because there's something bigger. There's a bigger self inside of you that can come out when we cut away the exterior. So something to be thinking about then as we go into this this new year is, and I'm going to bring up some little exercises here. We always have some back 40 exercises to take on for the week, and we call it a play game. A play game. And that's, by the way, very much what our whole philosophy is based on, is that this second half and what you're going to be here to do, really, we owe it to ourselves to wrap it up in play. Okay, we've lived with the old industrial mindset that we grew up with of tasks, and, you know, looking good and not even trying something because I may look bad, or, you know, I already know I'm no good at that. All of that stuff. What we say is play. We're here to play, and we play first. Play first and then learn. How many of you know people who are going to write a book one day, right? Or build a business one day? And so it really gets a lot louder. That voice that limits out possibility gets louder as we get older, because we generally don't want to look bad. We don't like change and all that. Well, you know what? If we're going to do what we came here to do, and if you haven't done it yet, and I'm going to say you haven't, hey, I respect you, but we got a lot of people in our Back 40 community who've done amazing things, but they're living like they haven't done what they came here to do yet. So anyhow, here's this week's Back 40 play game. Take a good sober look at what you're playing for. What are you playing for in 2017? Get a buddy. Always do your Back 40 work with a buddy, because the mind is a terrible neighborhood to go into alone, all right? Plus, you want to get out of your mind, and a buddy helps you get out of your mind of what you think's possible and all your limited beliefs. So, like my dad used to say when I was growing up, are you out of your mind? Yeah, you want to get out of your mind. Share with your buddy the main areas that you want to grow in this year. And then let your buddy lovingly postulate the obstacles that you could expect. Like, really just start taking it on. Like, accept them before they're even coming. And guess what? You're not going to throw in the towel. You're not going to, you know, have a hissy fit and, you know, go through this big slump whenever, you know, the quote, problems arise. Problems are your friend. Write an open letter after you've seen what you're going to be, you know, opening your eyes to taking on in terms of obstacles so as to achieve your goals this year. Write an open letter to the universe, inviting those obstacles and befriending them. Just make buddies with them now, okay? And again, if you're joining us on Facebook Live for the first time here, you know, we always say each week, go on to facebook.com/the Back 40. Share what you and your buddy saw. Share what your the obstacles. Maybe share your open invitation to the universe letter if you'd like. But, you know, post it out there, because the more you make something real and the more you put it out there, the more you're going to be living by it, because you got people around you supporting you in that. So feel free to post what you see with you and your buddy on facebook.com/the Back 40. Here's another great little quote. I always look to see who said these things. I don't just go with unknown on the first blush. I dig to see who said these things, but I couldn't find who said it. You can either allow the obstacles in your life to be the excuse for your failure, or make them the reason behind your success. Really, really poignant, and it really speaks to what we're here about in the Back 40, because no matter what life has looked like thus far for you, you have yet to do what you came here to do. And in reviewing your past, looking at it from the point of view that it's all been laboratory experiments, you can actually find your formula of unique self-expression, your fuse to light your second half. So anyhow, we want to thank you for being with us here today, especially if you did join us with Facebook Live. Please post comments, tell us what you think, tell us how it looked. I don't know if this even came across well, that the video's good. Go on to facebook.com/the Back 40. Join. If you're local, by the way, we just set up a new meetup group, the Back 40, and we're going to be taking, doing community events. Go into meetup, look up the Back 40 as well. So anyhow, I will leave you with a little bit of music from a gentleman named Paul Hoffman. He just writes the most inspiring stuff. And it really speaks to what we're all about here in the Back 40. Look forward to seeing you again. I'll let this play for those of you on Facebook Live. Again, go grab our books on Kindle, The Birth of the Back 40 and Crisis or Opportunity. And just wishing you the most exciting, growth-laden, obstacle-ridden 2017 that you've ever had. Inside of me, it's telling me that I can be more and more of who I am. It's a process. Open up to the passion in me. It's a call to rise that's calling me to wake up to what I wanna be. It's my time to claim my destiny. It's time to let go and get ready to fly. Open my heart and reach for the sky. Starting today, I know the reason why. There's nothing I won't try. It's my time. To let go, know that I can stand up and declare just who I am. It's my time. To let go, know that I can stand up and declare just who I am. It's my time. I'm not holding back and not giving in. There are choices to make and it's time to begin. The journey that never ends. I create the space that I'm living in. My imagination is pulling me. I'm on a path for success and clarity. I'm in the middle of life. See, my intentions are guiding me. Time to let go, get ready to fly. Open my heart and reach for the sky. Starting today, I know the reason why. There's nothing I won't try. It's my time. To let go, know that I can stand up and declare just who I am.